that's the way. That's an easy way of getting about. So you only walk on 2 feet because you see everyone else doing it.
Well, I don't believe that is the case, because as I understand it, some of the family are walking on 2 feet. So I don't know what the ins and outs of it are. I know there's a forthcoming documentary on the BBC, so maybe we should watch that and then we'll all know what's going on. Instead of just leaping to conclusions because you read half of it on the internet and then skipped on to something else.
All I'm saying is, though, you would wear shoes on your hands if you're roaming about like that.
So you just confessed there that you leapt from fact to fiction, did you, in the space of one diary entry?
It's just that I saw a little picture.
And you assumed that they'd be wearing shoes on their feet?
If they've got shoes on their feet, they might as well have them on their hands, because their hands are doing the same as the feet. If you're not going to wear them on your hands, don't put them on your feet then.
I'm beginning to think some monkey news was bollocks.
Treated Suzanne to her tea, went and got her a curry from the shop opposite. While I waited for the food, I read a story in the Metro newspaper about an alien gang that kept appearing in someone's garden. The bloke moved, but when he used to pass the house at night, he would still see the aliens knocking about, hiding underneath his old shed. There was other alien stuff, but I had to go as the food was ready.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's a bit annoying, that.
Yeah, load of bollocks again. Well, good. More drivel from Carl's diary next week. Right, Rogbusters, quick.
Right then, so last week gave you some initials, again, of artist or a band.
Quick!
Cryptic clue and that.
Yeah.
The first one I gave you, the initials were ND.
Yeah.
That Jamaican fella, he doesn't want anything. Right? So you got to think about the accent there.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anything, so he's not sort of demanding anything.
Okay.
No sort of demand, nil demand. Nil demand. So it's like Neil Diamond.
Let's say Neil Diamond, please.
No,
Can I have some Neil Diamond?
No,
Right.
nil demand.
But just now it was all to do with I've got no demands. Now it's a Jamaican person going in and asking for Neil Diamond in a Jamaican voice.
Yeah, I know, but it's a cryptic clue, innit?
Doesn't work.
The second one was, the initial was E. I asked him to pass me the ball by using their head. What do you do if you chuck someone a ball?
They head it back.
Edit back, yeah.
They head it back.
So you'd say, editors. Editors. That's editors.
What is it? Is it
It's a band that
No, there's a band called The Editors, but there's no band called Editus.
Editus? What's that? Is it great? Is it a Greek band?
Again, cryptic. Just you got
No,
to
again,
cryptic.
bollocks.
Then the last one, TR was the initials.
Yeah.
The cryptic clue. He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you.
Go on.
What forgot?
Dunno.
Well-
Sheep. Something to do with sheep.
Right, something to do with sheep. They're the woolly ones.
Yeah.
What are the ones that run and charge at you?
Oh, they're woolly as well.
No, what,
Rams.
not as woolly. The rams, right?
Yeah,
the ram ones, right? If you write that down.
No, you
What's
not
that?
write it down. It's
That's
a.
Ramones.
The Ram ones.
No, but it's say it, isn't it? It's not because it's not.
No, it sort of changes about a bit. Just cryptic.
But your understanding of the word cryptic is
Yeah.
it can be anything.
What am I thinking? Cryptic.
Cryptic clues in a crossword have a logic to them, that's why people are able to answer them.
Well done to Neil Fennon, who's in Canada.
Well, I just don't know what that says about you.
Bollocks this. Right, do the next week's one.
Right then.
Just get it over with. We got to stop this. Monkey News is coming back.
No, it's not coming back. There's nothing going on. We're not doing it. Right, SC are the initials of the artist of the band.
Go on.
SC. The cryptic clue.
Just stop saying cryptic because it's not.
The clue is, I went into the restaurant on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and the fella making the food was there each time. Right? SC are the initials. I went into the restaurant on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday if you want. The fella making the food, he was there each time.
So you changed it.
SC.
Was he there Saturday and Sunday or not?
He can be if you want. I'm just saying he's there a lot.
Oh, this is like pulling
I'm
teeth.
trying to hurry it up. And the second one, go into that woman's store and rip her off. Right?
Right.
That's C.
Okay.
C. Go into that woman's store and rip her off.
Okay.
If you're going to do that.
Oh, don't mumble at the end of it. Go on. Just do the clue.
And the last one, the initial E.
Last one ever.
You have had a go at laying down a track, but it ain't perfect. Right? So you're sort of making a track.
No, just do the clue.
You're making a track.
What? Give us the clue. Don't just talk around it. Right, the initial is E.
E.
What's the clue?
You have had a go at laying down the track, but it ain't perfect.
Fine.
A music track.
Yeah.
Well, no, but no. You can't. No, these people can't ask questions.
Well, I can.
Oh
So
God.
send them in. podcast@rickygervais.com.
Right, that's the end of another Ricky Gervais show.
Oh, thank God for that.
Another one next week. We've got to give value for money because this is shit. So we've got to, what we do is, because this is such dreadful bollocks, we're giving more of it.
Yes,
That's
lucky them.
Yeah. So it's cheerio from me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant,
Bye.
and Carl Pilkington. Hello, welcome to number 5, season 2 of the Ricky Gervais Show, with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant,
Hello.
and Carl Pilkington.
Alright.
Coming up, Carl's going to teach us all about Sigmund Freud.
No, we're not doing that.
Well, no,
Yes,
we
we
are,
are.
because last week we promised people that you'd research
Yeah.
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, but I had a look, but I didn't find him that interesting, so...
Well, that's not...
But this is
That's
what I mean.
irrelevant.
This is what we were talking about. You say you wish you could go back and learn stuff in school because you didn't. You want knowledge. You always say about you want to learn
Yeah, I
something
want
a
to
day.
learn something interesting every day.
Yeah, but you've got that.
I had a look at the website. It just...
SigmundFreud.com. Yeah, he started that.
I just
didn't
had a
he?
look. I just did a search on like famous quotes from philosophers.
Quotes, brilliant. That'll get you everything you need. A quote.
Well,
That's
I don't need to know his history.
that sums
I
up
just-
a man's life work. A quote.
We'll go on the beaches and all that. Sigmund didn't really have any sort of
Catchphrases is what
yeah,
you mean.
yeah, that's things that you hear.
Yeah, sound bites. He wasn't good with the press.
Brilliant. So you won't bother to learn about it.
Well,
You didn't even
we're-
pick up a book.
I wouldn't know where to start.
Do you feel like you're thinking in your head?
Sometimes, like then I was, but I don't know if I am because it's got a mind of its own, hasn't it? Did look at some of the things that he'd said, and the
Do
one
it
that,
now. Do it now. Right, what have you learnt about Freud? Okay, here we go. This is Carl Educates Ricky and Steve. Number 1, Sigmund Freud. Carl, tell us what you learnt about Sigmund Freud.
right? All I remember was that he said a baby. You look at a little baby having some milk from its mum's breast, right? It looks well happy. It has enough. It's full up. It goes to sleep. It's got a smile on its face, right? He said that's what happens when you're older as well. That's all I remember from all the things that he was saying on his thing. He just said it's weird how like it's like
Absolute.
Now, to be fair, Rick, that is obviously in translation
Yeah, I know.
from the original, so I don't want you...
No, I'm not having a go at
Criticise him,
Freud.
you know.
I mean, Freud has been discredited on some issues, and we've moved on with experimental psychology and
But that's
what
that's
have
the
you.
one that was interesting.
I don't quite follow... So what do you take from that? Explain that to us in layman's terms.
I don't know.
Well, that's pointless. Without application, knowledge is pointless.
But it's not knowledge, is it? He's just saying drink milk all your life. It's good for you.
No, he's not saying drink milk all your life. What is this? Is this an advert he's doing
He
now?
also came up with go to work on an egg.
Yeah. Oh, Christ Almighty.
But like I said, I wasn't that impressed by his work. So
Unbelievable.
Carl is allowed to vote. He's allowed to cast a vote
That's
in this
it.
country. It doesn't make sense.
yeah, I wish I hadn't. I've only done it once, and look what happened. I got called up for jury duty. Not doing it again. People do what they do anyway. I think they only let us vote, so we feel like we're having a say in what's going on. But really, it just carries on, doesn't it? I haven't seen a big change.
But that's exactly why you vote.
No, the
Having
best
a
thing
say.
you can do is look after yourself. Get on with it.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I hope that's a quote. I hope someone out there who's, maybe making a dictionary of quotes or an encyclopedia, and they've finished with Freud, they've done Pavlov, he hit a dog on the head with a stick. Next, Carl Pilkington. Carl Pilkington, what do you say about the world? Just get on with it.
Well,
Brilliant.
we're not in charge of it, is what I'm saying.
That's nearly as good as let's go to the beach. Winston Churchill.
I spoke to my dad about it, and he called up saying, "Oh, I'm sick of
we're
hearing
going to get
about
some
this."
quality thinking here. Go on.
Go on.
No, he was saying about global warming and that. He was saying he's sick of hearing about it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's just the world, and we're all getting old, and the world's getting old. That's the end of it.
Brilliant. What another amazing quote.
Well, it is. What we're trying to do. This is what I'm saying about we don't like people to get old. We're always saying, oh, we can change that face, we can lift your chin up, we can put a wig on you.
Why are you so annoyed about people wanting to live a little bit longer?
Because enough's enough is what I'm saying. The world's the same. It's just getting old, and you know, it used to have more green on it, but now it's gone a bit bald, so it hasn't got as much green. It's got more soil. Treat the world like a head.
That's an amazing quote.
Treat the world like a head.
You've actually come up with one there. I thought of another phrase. You could just sitting here talking to you, flogging a dead horse.
Yeah.
What do you think that means? Flogging a dead horse.
A number of people are still amazed by your complete lack of understanding some of these famous sayings and phrases. So,
well, that's an easy one.
Yeah, that's like, you know, get a new horse, or
No, he hasn't got it.
no one's going to buy it
No, it doesn't mean that sort of flogging.
when you're hitting it.
Yeah.
right.
So what's the point in hitting it? So
It's dead anyway, so don't bother hitting it. It's
absolutely,
not
it's
feeling
pointless. It's a it just means it's a waste of time.
anymore. Yeah, but it depends what that horse has done to you.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does. It's that thing, innit, of like if a bear attacked you and you managed to hit it on the head and it went down, you'd go and you'd be annoyed. You'd still have built-up aggression. You'd give it an extra clout.
That's extraordinary.
I don't know who's compiling this book.
Sometimes it's worth flogging a dead horse if he did something to you, if he annoyed you.
Carl, I've got a couple of little facts for you, just to try and inflame your imagination.
Go on.
Sharks are immune to cancer.
Really?
Yep.
So how have they found that out?
Well, I don't know, but
But I've never heard of any fish having cancer though. I haven't heard of a cod being ill. So why are we focusing on that one?
good point. Okay. Stroking a spider can cause its hair to fall out.
What? Because it doesn't like it and it gets stressed out, or is it just that some people are rubbing too hard?
No, I don't think it's they're rubbing too hard. I think it's something to do with. I mean, what sort of maniac is stroking a spider anyway?
My mum did it once.
Really?
Yeah, not to a spider. It
Right.
was just a little bee. She'd been out, sunny day and that. Got the washing off the washing line. She was bringing it in. Little bee sat on the top of like the bed sheet or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And she's in the kitchen with it, and she goes, "Look at that little bee there." She started sort of stroking its head. And it loved it.
How did it make it clear that he loved
Well,
it?
he wasn't struggling. It was just sat there like, because it must have been like a bit dozy. They get a bit dozy, don't they, in the heat and that. And he just stayed there on the sheet, and she sort of stroked its head for a bit, and she had to put it out. It didn't go out. It didn't try and escape. It was like, you've had enough now. And that was that. She sent it out, little flies and stuff, and we had Harry the housefly.
What?
Harry the housefly.
What do you mean?
It's just a fly that always seems to knock about in one corner of the room.
Right, it's the same fly, was it?
Yeah, it was the same fly.
How do you know it was the same fly? So whenever she saw a fly, she went, "Oh, it's back."
Well, we weren't letting him in. It's just that it stayed in.
Carl, what makes you think it was a pet housefly as opposed to a different fly every day?
Because it was always in the same place, in the corner.
But it could have been that something about that particular place that attracted flies rather than it was the same fly.
Well, I'm never worried about it. It wasn't harming us. It just always hung about.
But how do you know it was the same fly? How do you
I don't
recognise
know.
it?
We weren't worried about it. It doesn't matter, does it? If like we're thinking another fly's getting a bit of free rent or something, just let it stay. I don't understand what.
But why? No. Right, okay. You're in a house, right? There's flies, okay.
Not flies, fly.
Why do you think it was the same fly for all those years?
Just because we haven't got loads of other flies. At no point was there a crossover period where there's two, and it's like, hang on a minute, he's trying it on here. That's what I mean. It was always just one on its own. We just thought, leave it. It's all right. I don't know why are you suspicious? Why do you always think someone's out to do you?
I don't know why you assumed when you see a fly every now and again that it's exactly the same fly.
It just
In fact,
was.
it's Harry.
The one in our house was the same one.
How do you know?
Well, alright, I don't, but at no point did I feel suspicious. Speaking of flies, though, and that, they've got one, right? I was out with Ricky, right, and he was reading the paper. There was a story there about a fly that its eyesight was bad or something, and they'd made it a pair of glasses, and it had a picture of a housefly wearing.
Okay, this is incredible,
Glasses.
Steve. Can I take over?
Hang on, let me just need to finish a couple of questions for that. So there's a small fly and they've made it a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
So that it can see better.
Yeah.
And your concern is what?
Well, again, it's just that thing of we're looking after everything now, aren't we?
Sorry, I've got to come in here, Steve.
Alright.
I showed you the
You saw
story.
it, you saw
It was
it.
a picture of a housefly with a pair of glasses
on. Yeah.
Right? It was about a one-sentence thing. It was about how far technology's come,
Yeah,
and
and
a
we're
group of
open science
scientists
out.
using microscopy, right, and laser tools had, as an exhibition, shown that they could make a pair of glasses smaller to fit on a hat. They put it on there and they've taken a picture of it, and it's on as a display. At no point was it actually, because the fly had bad eyesight, the fly was presumably dead, it was purely an art installation or a show of technology.
I thought you were going to say, Rick, that you'd drawn the glasses on there.
Yeah.
And he believed it like, there's a bearded lady in this paper. No. Oh my god, Tony Blair looks like Adolf Hitler. No.
What do you think of that, though?
But they did it as an
Flies out.
experiment.
Yeah, but all things start as an
But
experiment.
why would they make a pair of glasses for a fly?
How would they know he had a bad eyesight?
How would they know it was the same fly?
Bumping into stuff? I don't know.
Bumping into stuff.
But why would they bother making glasses for it?
And they've got a compound eye. They'd have to make about 1,000 pairs of glasses for a fly.
It's just that thing, innit, of human nature is something's wrong with something, let's fix it. And they try and help people out all the time, don't they? When
No!
we're always doing it. We're always trying to help people out instead of just going, you've been dealt a duff card, cope with it. They're always fiddling, always fiddle about. It's like that bit about what was it? See, this is technology going mad and that. They're doing operations on people, right? And instead of injecting you with stuff that knocks you out, they're going to hypnotise you, and they operate on you when you're hypnotised, but you're still awake, so you sat there awake, you're aware of what's going on around you, but you can't feel anything because someone's hypnotised you. Why are we messing about with that when there's nothing wrong with the injection?
Well, there are. I mean, it's not healthy to constantly give someone
Very
anesthetics.
dangerous.
Yeah, but you
dangerous
just
time.
said it yourself there, constantly. If
If
they
they
keep
do
coming in
multiple
having
operations
stuff
on someone,
don't be doing multiple operations.
but sometimes you need to
Why?
because of whatever the
Forget
complaint may be.
Yeah, but no, not multiple. Give them 1 or 2 max. After 2, it's like enough's enough. We've operated on you. We fixed that. We're not fixing anymore because it's just going to be there's going to be something else wrong with you because you're getting old, like the world. Get on with it. That's what I'm saying. Stop sort of ploughing stuff into it. Like I've said before about a car. You know, the gearbox has gone. All right, we'll replace it. Oh, exhaust. Well, all right, we'll put an exhaust on it. Oh, the oil filter. Forget it. Came up with a good idea.
We'll be the judge of that.
Well, I'll do it now. It's not a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sticking my neck out here. But I think this isn't going to be a good idea.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Well, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to second that motion.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if we're both right.
See-through skin.
High five, Rick.
Well, I heard, and you told me this, so I know it's true. Do you know when I talked about replacing blood with ink?
Yeah.
They can do it, not with ink. Coconut, what was it?
Well, one, it said coconut milk can be used as plasma, but I haven't had that verified because it's off one of those websites where there are spurious facts. I've seen facts like the Impala's fur is nearly the same colour as grape juice, which I don't know who's that aimed at. I don't know, you know. It's so.
What do you think of that, Steve? I mean, I've sort of touched on it.
But I've just got to echo what Ricky said. I can't have an opinion unless it's been verified.
But why aren't you just being open-minded enough to go, well...
No,
But
that's
that's
not
not
being
pushing being
open-minded. Open-minded is being open to the facts that, the possibility.